One of the most important topics to discuss in this chapter is personal information and its protection. Personal information is one of the most important data to ensure that it is permanently protected. Personal information may include the person's name, address, medical records, bank account details, photos, videos, and even information about what an individual likes and views. Now, how to protect our personal information, how to reach a good level of protection for our information. We need to safely manage our passwords. We need to safely manage our email accounts. We need to secure our computers. We need to protect the data we have. We need to avoid risky behavior online. And we need to be aware of safety guidelines, policies, and procedures. More details in the coming slides. How to safely manage your password. You need to create and maintain a strong password. A combination of letters and numbers and characters is a good example of a strong password. You need to consider using a passphrase. You need to avoid sharing your password with anyone. Avoid reusing the same password for multiple accounts. And you need to avoid storing your password on a piece of paper or on a text file unencrypted. You need to avoid reusing the password when changing the account password, and do not use the automatic login function. There are many easy ways to generate a strong password. You can use many online services free of charge, like strongpasswordgenerator.com, where you can use their password generator for free to create a strong password that has letters, numbers, capital letters, small letters, and so on. In the next video, you will see how to log into the site and use their service. In order to safely manage your email account, you need to avoid opening attachments from untrusted sources. Also, to avoid clicking on links in an email from untrusted sources as well. Avoid providing your user ID, password, or other confidential information in an email message or in response to an email message. Be careful with email phishing scams. To properly secure your computer, you need to lock your computer when you are not available. Log it out or close it when finished. Disconnect your computer from the wireless network when using a wired network. Correct and update your operating system. Install and update antivirus and anti-malware software with the latest security definitions. You need to create a unique user ID when sharing a computer with others, and enable pop-up blocker on your browser. To protect your data, you need first to understand the type of data stored on your device. You need to distinguish between different file formats in your device. Word documents, Excel documents, PDF documents, images, videos, and so on. You need to avoid storing personally identifiable information, the PII, on local storage devices, such as laptops, USBs, and handheld computers. You need to pay attention to the following. When email sensitive data, you need to use encryption. When setting a password settings, you need to send the document password in a separate email. When backup, do the backup regularly. Be careful when getting rid of data. Separate your personal files from your work files. To avoid risky behavior online, you need to be wary of phishing scams. Use caution when handling attachments and links in emails, chat rooms, or instant messaging. You need to avoid answering questions through pop-ups or click on links in a pop-up window. You need to be careful when using peer-to-peer file sharing applications, and be careful when browsing the web. Single spelling mistake can direct you directly to unwanted websites. Be aware of safety guidelines, policies, and procedures. You need to understand the instructions for appropriate use of administrator's access. You need to understand copyright violations guidelines, data sanitization and disposal guidelines, data protection guidelines, mobile device security and usage, password management guidelines. What is risk? In this slide, we will differentiate between risk, threat, and vulnerability. Risk is a possibility that a threat exploits a vulnerability in an asset and causes damage or loss to the asset. Threat is something that can potentially cause damage to the organization, IT system, or network. Vulnerability is a weakness in the organization, IT system, or network that can be exploited by a threat. In brief, vulnerability is a weakness in the organization or IT systems or network that can be exploited by a threat to become a possible risk. Risk is affected by probability and impact. We have a low risk when we do have a low probability and low impact. We do have a moderate risk when we have a high probability, low impact, and low probability, high impact. Risk is high when the probability is high and the impact is high. This illustration shows how the risk degree affected by probability and impact. In the first image, we can see that the risk is moderate due to high probability and low impact. The second image shows a low risk due to low probability and low impact. The third one shows a moderate risk due to low probability and high impact. And the fourth one shows a high risk due to high probability and high impact.